yes, knows what it's like to be surrounded by the extraordinary. Her dad, Clarence, known as the Black Godfather, was the chairman of Motown Records, no big deal. Her mom, Jacqueline, which I love that name, was a huge activist and philanthropist in South Central Los Angeles, and she's a powerhouse in her own right as well. Her new book is called Think You'll Be Happy, Moving Through Grief with Grit, Gratitude, and Grace. Great title, great subject matter. Let's everybody welcome back Nicole Avant. Come on! So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. I have to add, writing a book is such a huge thing. Like, I don't know if I'd ever do something like that. It's so hard, and you've got to be so vulnerable, and a lot has happened in your life.
Yes.
Like, even since you started the book and then throughout it. So how do you deal, like, the loss of your dad, like, and going through this book and being honest?
You know, the writing helps, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Writing, and I'm sure you too, when you write it out like, for a song, it gets all of your emotions out. It helps you own what you're feeling.
It's almost like you recognize what you're feeling.
You recognize what you're feeling by writing it out. That's why journaling works, you know? And so, yes, it was hard writing the book, but it was hard in a good way. It was challenging. And I had already been writing a book, you know, before anything happened with my mom and my dad. And I had written it after The Black Godfather. I thought the themes, grit, gratitude, and grace, came out of the documentary, The Black Godfather.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna write. And then we actually did I was on the show.
I know.
And you ended, and you know when you end a Zoom and it says leave now, we didn't actually leave, and you said, she should write a book. And I had just started Grit, Gratitude, and Grace, and you were the one who gave me the fuel. I kept saying, I don't know how to write this. I don't know what I'm doing. And you did that for me. So you are
because when you listen to you speak about it, you're such a great speaker and you're so vulnerable. Not everybody is able to go to that place.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very hard place to go to. But what I find interesting is, so you were already writing, you lose your mama, you lost your daddy. There's so much that happened, and they weren't that far apart.
No.
Like, so much to happen while you're writing this. So it definitely had to alter the book.
It altered the book completely. So, like I said, I was starting on Grit, Grace, and Gratitude, and then my mom, unfortunately, was killed. And it was so shocking and traumatic, as anything would be like that. And I, naturally, my human instinct was, okay, I'm just gonna leave this for a while. People will understand why I'm not continuing to write.
Yeah.
I go, how am I gonna put a book out on Grit, Grace, and Gratitude? And my mom just died.
Yeah.
And then somebody on my team said, but wait a minute, you know, let's think about it. Jackie could be throughout this book. And her last text to me was, think you'll be happy. Those are the last words my mom said to me. Think you'll be happy. And we just moved it all together and went, wait a minute, that's the title of the book because it is the mantra that she gave me to live my life.
It's amazing to me to think about everything changed, and I'm a person that thinks everything happens for a reason, even if it's horrible. And it's one of those things is like, how incredibly magical that they still live on through this book that you were writing that was supposedly about something else, and now it becomes something bigger than that, and so much more helpful, by the way, to all the people that are going through such grief and loss.
I agree.
Yeah.
And because grief comes in different waves, as we all know.
Oh,
right?
I think divorce is grief. That's a death.
Grief.
Yeah.
It's a death.
Yeah.
And relationships die, and dogs die, and parents die, and children. Or no one has to die. Grief is, you could lose a job that you loved so much, and all of a sudden you're fired. You lose something. But like I say in the book, it is the receipt. Grief is the receipt that you loved. That you love something, because if you didn't, you wouldn't.
This is why I told her to write a book. It's a bumper sticker. I'm like, what? I would wear that on a shirt as a reminder.
It is a receipt that you've loved and you've been loved, hopefully, and that's really what this journey of life is. All of us are gonna feel grief. All of us are gonna feel sadness.
To know that it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Trials and tribulations come to everybody.
Yeah.
And so I was hoping that this book kind of, yes, it's about moving through grief, of course, but it also is about living. This book is about life.
Yeah.
This book is about survival and legacy and love and compassion and serving others. You know, and I just used my mom.
You feel so great.
Yeah, so I was able to take the pain that I felt for what happened to my mom. And I thought, well, the best way I can honor her is to live a full life and do things that made her happy so that it continues her legacy.
And then make you happy.
And
'cause
talk
that's
about
what-
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never wanted anyone to forget Jacqueline Avant. And I thought, you know what, if there's all this news about my mom and it's so sensational, then I'm gonna write her story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about Jacqueline Avant.
But
and
who would
her
know
life.
it best?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's a beautiful book, and it's
Thank you.
It's going to be helpful to so many. It's a lot of hardship
I
you had to
hope
go
so.
through, but it's a beautiful thing to be able to use that, your testimony.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh.
Yes.
Nicole's book, Think You'll Be Happy, is out now. Y'all gotta get yourself a copy.